Hey, and welcome back to the 4th yoga tutorial. Today's practice is titled for breastfeeding mothers, but as a mother with a newborn, it can apply to anybody because we're always feeding. So even if you feed your baby by bottle, or even if you're a caretaker that's holding the baby and feeding the baby a lot, these are some great stretches for you. So let's get started. Just find a comfortable seat. You can either sit crisscross with your feet out in front of you and your hips behind, or you can sit like this on top of your legs. Just take a few deep breaths. Try to find a long spine. So as you're always feeding your child, we tend to look down and there's a lot of strain on the neck. The chest is closed. So we're going to spend some time opening and expanding the chest and improving that posture that we kind of undo through feedings. So bring your hands to the back of your head, elbows out to the side, and right here already the chest is opening. So you'll inhale to open the elbows out, and then exhale, even curling the chin towards the chest. And again, inhale. This is simple, gentle movement, adding a little bit of cat-cow into the spine. So as you inhale, you can puff the chest out, pull the belly in, and then exhale, push the spine back behind you, elbows come together, chin to the chest. So inhale, expand, exhale, stretch the back of the body. 2 more, inhale, and exhale. 1 more bonus. And then coming back up, bring the elbows out, hands up. So this is called cactus arms. Palms are open, really stretching through the fingers. You can stay here. Maybe this is enough opening on your chest, or you can expand, pulling the elbows out, sending the heart, the chest forward. Just feeling the span of your chest expand. Breathing deeply into the heart space. And now bring the hands back behind you, interlace the fingers. So you'll inhale to pull the hands down, lift your heart and chest once again, and then exhale, pull them over to your left waist. So kind of right in that hook of where your waist is. Pull that left elbow back, left shoulder down, and staying here, or if you would like, to drop the left ear towards the left shoulder, starting to open the neck even more. And breathing deeply into the right side, into the right shoulder. And the more we look down at the babies, the more tension we actually build in the neck. So we're trying to let it go here. So I would take 5 or 10 breaths on one side, and then pull the knuckles down, reach the heart up again, and then switch over to the right side. So pulling the right elbow back, right shoulder down. Either stay here, maybe you feel that stretch already in the left shoulder, or you can drop the right ear to the right shoulder. And again, taking 5 to 10 breaths here. Already feeling a little bit more open. Improving some of the poor posture that we do, which is inevitable when you're feeding your baby dozens of times a day, or not even feeding, just looking at the baby, because we're not going to stop looking at the baby. Good, and then release. Pull the knuckles down 1 more time, expand heart forward, up, then look up, opening the throat a little bit more, and then release the hands. So rolling onto your hands and knees, finding the tabletop, adding a little bit more cat-cow into that same practice. So inhale, arch the spine, shoulders back, so the tailbone up, and then exhale, tuck the chin into the chest, really reach through the back of the spine, into your cat. So moving through your cat-cow with the breath, you're grounding a little bit, coming back to the voice of the body. You're also massaging the entire spine. We will sit down a lot with newborns, and that's totally okay. But you're going to build up a little bit of stress in the body. So cat-cow is a beautiful way to let it go You massage the whole vertebrae, all the way through the neck, down into the tailbone. Last one right here, exhale. Good. And then let the toes come together. If you want, you can spread the knees a little bit further apart, sink the hips back, and then reach the hands out, child's pose. So this feels really good, opening the hips, opening the back, opening the chest a little bit more. You can reach the hands out and drop the forehead down. If you're like me and you watch the baby a lot, even when he sleeps, you can rest the chin on the mat instead, but just close your eyes, breathing deeply into the spine. Feel the rise and fall of the back. And taking again 5 to 10 breaths here. And press the hips back. Maybe your bum touches your heels, maybe not, that's okay. If you would prefer to keep your knees hip bone distance apart, that's perfectly fine. But sometimes I like to spread my knees further apart, giving my chest more room to fall down, but also the belly. And a lot of postpartum bodies, we definitely still have a belly because we made so much room for our precious babies, and it's a beautiful thing. So keeping the hands out, rise into your knees, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So shoulders are back, engaged. You can turn the hands out just a little bit. Feet are parallel with the hip bones. So they're stacked, and you can pedal the feet out here. Ooh, releasing all that stress that you built up in the hamstrings from sitting. Letting it go. I'm taking about 5 to 10 breaths here. Pull the belly in, tilt the tailbone up and away. Engage the shoulders. Good, and then walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands so you can come into a forward fold. So again, if knees are really tight, you can, or if the hamstrings are tight, you can bend the knees. So inhale, find your flat back. So maybe even come up, bring your hands to your shins or even higher. So you find a flat back so you can bend for a full forward fold, sending the weight into the ball of the feet. The feet can be touching or there can be a little bit of space in between them, hip bone distance apart. And then the heels are light. Drop the crown of the head down. And breathe. Good. 5 to 10 breaths here. Continuing to wake up the hamstrings. You can shake the head yes, shake it no. Make sure that the neck is relaxed. And this stretches even through the spine. We'll lower all the way down. We'll come into cow face arms. So again, finding whatever seated position you prefer. Bring the left hand up and back and pat your back. If you have a strap handy and your chest and your shoulders seem really tight, then you can grab your strap and place it in that left hand. The right hand, you flip it away so it's facing towards the back, and then you can grab a hold of that strap. If you are able to grab your hands, you can clasp the hands, and then maybe pulling the bottom hand, pulling down a little bit. Take a few breaths there. Try to keep the gaze forward. After you've pulled down, then maybe pull up a little bit. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a scarf, a belt, anything that's long like that. And then maybe you can walk your hands closer together after opening the chest. And then release. Same thing on the opposite side. So the right hand comes up and pats the back, or if you have your strap, holding it in the right hand. Left hand flips and comes back and grabs underneath. So it would grab underneath the strap that's closer to your back. And then you would hold the strap and pull. or you can grab opposite hands. And again, pulling down, feeling that stretch through the right arm, and then pulling up, feeling the left shoulder open a little bit more. So when we are feeding the babies a lot, it's really good to stretch neck, shoulders, hamstrings, and spine. Release. And that's it. Thank you for joining this practice. Enjoy and have fun feeding your babies.